feeling.
But these men from New York, Chicago, or Tennessee were confident. So were their comrades from London, Glasgow, or Kent. And among the British were many who had bitter memories of 1940, of Dunkirk, of a dead brother, or of a friend.
Eventually, when we all went across, I think there's a slight feeling of relief. Well, at last it's here, and come what may, something's done at last.
And what was it like? Was it like you expected it to be, or...?
In a way, yes. I think the whole, your mind was just it accepted what was to come. It's strange to say this, but there was nothing else for it, really. You couldn't just get up and run away. It was there and that was it.
I suppose the worst experiences were the second front, landing in Normandy afterwards. And I think one of the grimmest things that set me off was on the beaches. Limbs laying about and feet with boots on. And this was the first introduction, and I think we all felt sick, but I think it done you good in a certain respect to know what to expect. And then further on in, you know, the civilians and cattle and everything, and Germans laying about, it was quite the shock.
The Battle of the Beaches has been won, said General Montgomery on June the 11th.
And a lot of Germans were left underground, you know, in their deep shelters. And we had the job of clearing those, or we often had to fire away and blast them out and kind of thing. Tanks and whatnot. So whether you hit anyone then I wouldn't know, but I didn't come in direct contact with bayonet fighting or anything like that. It wasn't our role anyway, but I thank God that I didn't really.
One particular job that I didn't relish at all was clearing tanks, being a medical orderly, which involved searching for identity discs.
I think out of everything, that really sickened me more than anything. I think any chap that had that experience would tell you the same. It's the most horrific sight you could ever see, a tank after it had a direct hit. When I say a direct hit, you've got to think that an anti-tank shell enters the tank, and it's got a trajectory of thousands of circular movements. And you can imagine the havoc that created inside the crew, with the crew in a tank. I was also detailed to make little crosses and put them by the side.
But it was there and took it in our stride, really. But we like to think of the lighter side more than this. In fact, at home, you see, I suppose most chaps who are over there or in any battles areas don't speak about it too much. Best forgotten if you can. Demobilisation, well, apart from being one of the finest moments in your life, I can safely say, well, for most of us, he was suddenly struck with, I suppose you can call it loneliness, or loneliness would be the word for a short period. I mean, I remember standing on Woking Station after collecting Mardy mob suit, etc., and a bit of lolly. How you felt all alone, you were back on your own feet kind of thing, and you begin to think what the future holds, beautiful though it may be. In a sense, we've been looked after for 5 or 6 years, we've been fed, we've been clothed, but now you're on your own. Now what do? Do I go back on the railway, or do I go back to Mr. Lakin and company? I think all the way home in the train I was making up my mind what to do, but I don't think I got a solution even when I arrived home. But I decided to go back on the railway.
But Andre Lakin, you know, that's Mr. Lakin, you know, who had the firm, you know. He had this big thing. Of course, being I was only a lad, I knew it wouldn't work. He had this big gearbox. Right, we'll get this roundabout cracking there with this big gearbox there. One of these roundabouts, yep. Set it going. Cool, smooth as silk. Yeah. It's all right. Get all the men on it, you see, to test it out, you see. Not going to believe this. You know, nobody leaves anything a word of my dear wife don't believe me. But it's as if it's her. And we all got on this roundabout, see? Yep. Oh, smooth as silk. Yeah, go round there, this roundabout. So lane. Switch off. That was old Balesy. He used to have the foundry down the road here. Switch off, Lou. Louis Bales it was. Switch off, Lou. Switched it off. Because this gearbox had no overrun. You don't know nothing about that, do you? No overrun. Because the gearbox stood still, but the roundabout's still going. It just... Tell you what, the funniest thing in the world, wait, on this roundabout, twisting round. Love. I do. Anyway.
Okay, Andy. What I would like to start with is how you actually started in fairground decoration.
Well, my father, he worked for Orton, Sons and Spooners.